And finally, at number 1, I have Nyakuza. So this is a reprint of Reiner Knizia's Orongo, a game I never had the opportunity to play. So nice this one's been re-released, although I don't like the reskinning. I'm mainly more focused on the gameplay mechanisms though. This one, it's a route building and bidding game where you are racing to shed your sushi restaurants in this game by creating chains through certain seafood formations and building your restaurants on the shore. Now, the way you claim these restaurants or these different seafood features or different spots in the ocean is actually pretty interesting because it has this kind of like bingo style mechanism where you're drawing tiles randomly from a bag. Each tile will have a unique number on it, which will position it on the board. So think of something like Adventureland, where you kind of speculate where things are going to pop up. And the way you claim these features is probably the most interesting part, where you're using this blind bidding system, placing currency in your hand, doing a simultaneous reveal. Whoever's revealed the most cash will not only go first, which is a huge thing in this game. No, initiative is so important to get the spots that you want, but also you will get to place more of your control markers down. So, if you win the bid, you will get 3 markers. If you come second, you get 2. If you come third, you get 3. Sorry, get third, you get 1, and so on. But also the winning bidder will spend their money into this kind of common pool, but everybody else will keep their money. So sometimes it's worth just going just below the winning player, or speculating what that's going to be, so you can keep hold of your money but still get a good amount of influence on the board during that turn. Now, there's an additional thing you can do. When you bid nothing, you will collect all of the previously paid money from the pool and take it for yourself. So it does have this constantly building incentive to bid nothing and take the cash, but of course there's always new things popping up on the board that you want to grab before the other players too. So this game has a really nice tempo and timing and pacing to it, where the value, or the respective value of all these different seafood changes as the game goes on based on your wants and needs. The chaining is also pretty interesting because you can kind of chain through your own markers going through the shore and previous things you've built. And it kind of has a lot of the hallmarks of games I tend to enjoy. And I like blind bidding, especially when it has that twist on the winning bid going into that pool and someone grabbing the pool when it becomes more inviting. Love that part of the game. I like the chaining. I like the fact the different things pop up in different orders each time. I even like the winning condition of trying to shed your buildings before the other players do, rather than being based on a points-based system. So again, if you like Knizian games, you're probably going to like this one. Again, it's really reminded me of games like Havilandi, which is a really good route building game. And weirdly, it actually reminded me of a game called Chinatown, which is one of my favourites because of that bingo style mechanism where certain plots on the board will pop up at different times, which will again drastically affect their value. Now again, gameplay, 2 thumbs up, thoroughly enjoyed it. Reskin, not too keen on, but the artwork at least looks nice. Now this game is sadly massively hamstrung by the fact that there are some glaring production issues, especially if you are colorblind, like unfortunately myself, where the player markers are these really muted, translucent markers, and it's really difficult to decipher them from the other players if you are colorblind. And it's such an important part in this game because you need to be able to glance at the board and see where all your markers are and which plots that you need to bid for. So there's a huge missed opportunity to not address that. And yes, sadly, it really does hurt the game in terms of making it easier to play for me. This would easily be a 2 thumbs up recommendation if those additional things were fixed. Also, the little cardboard buildings are a little bit cheap and chintzy, but the game looks nice on the table, and all the actual artwork is really good. But yeah, just a sad few easy fixes that could have been very easily addressed by just making wood components or something, so that the differences in colour are much more easy to differentiate for colourblind players. But still, we'll probably do some kind of house ruling or get some outsourced component to make it easier for us to play. But still, gameplay alone, thoroughly enjoyed it. I can see this one growing for me. I think it's a lot of fun. And again, I love that. I love route building. I love bidding. And I like the racing games as well. So at least like first to finish style games. And this game has all of those executed to an extremely high standard. So that is Nyakuza, a wonderful game, only plays in around 45 minutes. But sadly, some production issues that would have been so easy to fix. Nyakuza at number 1.